Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Angels Always Win 444. So we're going to be doing a energy check-in and see where we go. I had to switch out my plant because I turned the AC on and I think I killed it. I think the cold killed it. I woke up and it was all limp looking and sad looking. And so if anyone knows anything about plants, please help me because the whole part sun, part shade thing, I'm killing them. Like, I'm not balancing them out. I either overwater them and they don't have proper drainage, or like I said, I do something like turning the AC on and I kill the plants inside the house because they all woke up looking like crap. Hold on. I have gone ahead and cleansed our space with some Palo Santo and said a prayer for us. And then we're going to do a really quick sound bath to help us get centered. So remember, take a deep breath in and hold it for the duration that you hear the tone. And then exhale, okay? So nice deep breath in to help you clear your mind. Okay, so I ordered new cards. Well, I mean, we're still waiting on the ones, like I said, that went missing in the mail when everything started happening in March and April. Still waiting on some of those. Luckily, I have been able to get some refunds because the package just went missing. We're going to see where we go with this. So like I said, this is a general collective energy read, so this may or may not resonate with you. I always believe there's a message within a message, so if you're not meant to hear the whole thing, you're meant to hear just some part of the video. It is a timeless read. Time is an illusion, so though this may be time-stamped, it is for whenever the message is meant to find you. And yeah, like I said, if it's not your story, don't pick up someone else's baggage. If you feel off when you're watching a video, like you feel like the storyline isn't like matching up to you at all, that's most likely because it's not meant for you. You're not meant to, like, you know, you're not on that like on that energetic, like, vibration level with that message. And it's not saying that you're high or you're lower, it's just saying that that's not the right message for you. But for the most part, I feel like if you're drawn to click on a message, there's some part of that is supposed to resonate with you. Or like your soul kind of calls it in. You know, it's those things where you just stumble upon things and you're like, I really needed to hear that today, or I really needed this message today, or I really needed this reminder today. I feel like it's one of those things when you click on a video and when you click on a video to watch it, it's like the, you know, divine timing, perfect timing for something to come in for you. It's the perfect timing for you to hear something, see something, feel something. So take it how it resonates for you, okay? All right. So we're going to do, we just had the summer solstice yesterday, which is the ring of fire energy, the new moon solar solstice. So it was like a supercharged new moon on top of being the summer solstice, on top of the solar eclipse. Yeah, just a whole bunch of stuff happened yesterday. And also we moved into Cancer. So it's now Cancer season. It was like the 0-degree reset in Cancer. So there's just a whole bunch that happened yesterday. So we are going to do, like I said, by the time you guys read this, or read it, by the time you guys see this, you'll understand what the reading is about because of the title. But whenever I go into doing a reading, I kind of just let, like, Holy Spirit just guide me as to where we're going to go with the reading. So, okay. We have Mystical Shaman out, and I want to do one past life oracle. Just because I feel like there's something in here. Maybe releasing a past life, releasing a part of your past life, releasing fears from the past, guiding yourself out of the woods, letting go of anger and resentment and revenge. Okay, so let's get started. Holy Spirit, help us to clearly see, hear, and know the divine messages that wish to emerge through this reading. I also am like kind of shuffling funny because I stabbed myself on accident yesterday with an ice pick right here while I was like prepping some fruit, so it like bugs me to shuffle on that spot. Love life. So releasing a past love, perhaps. We'll see. Some of you may also have fears about love because of something bad that happened to you, either in this life or a past life, something that really hurt you. We'll see why that's there. Leaving or travel. So yeah, interesting. Okay. So I instantly got an abandonment wound. I'm just laughing because it's like, you know when you get messages and you're just like, how did I get that? Yeah. So for this leaving or travel and your love life, it's like, I feel like it's an abandonment wound from being left in the past, from having to leave someone perhaps that you loved behind because you needed to move forward, or perhaps they weren't moving forward as much as you were, or like you had your bags packed and ready to go and they were like, I'm not going. But it was something to do with like separation, the abandonment. If you find yourself, very triggered or by being left alone in this lifetime, it may be that in a past lifetime, like I said, you were really, really deeply wounded when an individual left you. Okay, I think I'm good for this. Out of this one. Okay, so let's see, why one more collective, general, overall energy. But yeah, the message I'm strongly getting is just like, in your past life, the corn. Okay, so with the corn, the number 10, I'm getting, so a cycle completed out, which is awesome. A past life cycle, or a cycle with a past loved one. Again, energy and time are fluid. Take this however it resonates. This may have happened, it may be happening, or it may still have yet to come. But I'm getting it's like, you had to, because the bottom of the deck, you have the eagle. So with this eagle and number 16, number 7, it's like divine, but it's also like looking at a situation from above, from a higher perspective. Because with the corn, the corn does have, harvest to it here. But what I'm strongly getting is it's so tall that you can't see over it. Like you were stuck in the maze. You were stuck in a maze and like you couldn't see over the corn. You couldn't see what you were even going towards, or it was like a very, you kind of just felt lost. Like there was no clear path in this, past previous relationship that is coming up. Which may be why, yeah, like you have number 50, you have the spiral. And I feel like that's what it is you, in this situation, in this, so this to me feels like a relationship. So, I mean, obviously it's a relationship if you have love life in it. But the thing I'm getting is it was just like, it was spiraling, like you were spiraling out of control too, almost. Like whether, and I'm getting like mentally and spiritually, maybe even physically, like maybe you were, mentally deteriorating due to a mental lack of stability and security. So that's why you made the changes. Number 5, you chose to leave this situation behind because it just like, there was just no clear path. You couldn't see where you were going. Also, like I said, like with the corn right here, it's like you almost didn't even know if it was your field. Like you didn't even know if it was your field for you to pick harvest out of. So it's like you just didn't. Whatever happened here, it's just like it was a very murky love life situation. And it may have caused you to leave the situation and travel away, or also emotionally travel away. Like, if this is, you now, you may still be in that current situation, but emotionally, you can tell you're withdrawing from the person, or you know that you have to withdraw from the person because they make you spiral downward. Like, they don't catch you. They let, like, I feel like they push you down the stairs. I know that sounds messed up, but like this person like pushed you to leave. They pushed you down the stairs. They pushed you to make these changes to get out of the situation. And also with the eagle, it was like you had to look at the situation from above, from a higher perspective. You had to look at the bigger picture of what was going on in that relationship and seeing it for what it truly was. And I'm just getting it was a lesson that you had to learn. Oh, we have the eagle again. And I shuffled because that's when this came out. So we have the eagle still down here. This eagle's going to stay right there. And lightning. So lightning changes. Like you had to make changes to your situation or to your life suddenly. Like this leaving or travel was like, all right, I need to go because I'm losing myself. I'm spiraling down again. And it was just like, it was not good for you. Alright, so let's see what we got going in the tarot for you guys. But yeah, I just feel like the situation, like, this may, and you know what though too, this may be you being able to see the situation and finally now having the clarity to move forward. You're now able to see things overall from a higher perspective. Wow. Okay. Alright, so we have the King of Swords, or King of Cups, in the reverse. So again, feeling that this love was just, it was just messy. It wasn't clear, it wasn't stable, there wasn't security in the situation. The individual you were involved with, remember, he, she energy is interchangeable, exchange as you must. So it's like he or she was just not stable. Also, I think this is Saturn back here. And that might be Jupiter. I don't know. Anyways, with the planet here, though, I'm getting, like, the retrograde. Like, this person went into hiding. Like, or, like, the retrograde of the planets might have brought out this person's true nature. And you just... It was just very unstable. You couldn't see where you were going with this individual. They lacked clarity in their own life. And, like... They just weren't loving. They weren't. This to me, it's masculine energy because, I mean, obviously the king, but it's interchangeable. The masculine energy in this just feels like, almost like they kind of, like, took advantage of the fact that you loved them. Like, they manipulated their love into, like, a kind of just messier, darker tool. Like it was a tool for them. And so yeah, so then Six of Swords. Six of Swords is you leaving, you moving on to calmer waters. So you had to, like I said, you had to leave this, love life with this King of Cups behind because it was messy. It wasn't clear, so you had to walk away from it. And King of Swords. To me, this King of Swords is like this eagle. It's now you know the truth. Now you know. With the sun right there, it's like you've been enlightened about a situation. You now stand or fly, maybe even. Because actually, it does look like he's flying. Because if you look at it, he has no ground beneath him. It's like he's up in the clouds. And these are like the mountains. And he's like floating above them. So it's like you now have your sort of truth. And now that same like planet's back here. But this one has the blue. So this was all about, effective communication. You now clearly see the situation for what it was. It may have lacked communication. It may have lacked clarity, which is just what I'm getting with, that messy corn maze. Because the corn isn't in specific rows, it's just messy. And again, you were able to see the situation from a higher vantage point. And again, in both of these, it's quite clear. Like, in both of these, you're floating above the situation. You're being able to see the situation for what it truly is. And with him looking right here, it's like you saw that you were spiraling. You saw that this person was letting you spiral. You saw that this person was almost like, again, pushing you down the stairs. And you finally saw the situation for what it was, and you cut it out. And you decided to move forward. Bottom of the deck, you have Justice, Major Arcana. So that's the major, this is an interesting Justice card. Because though her eyes are bound, the sun is still illuminated. There is still, again, clarity being brought to the situation, which in turn balances the scales out. So the situation may have been in balance with this individual, but what I'm getting is this is how it balanced out. The Justice Angel called it, in and was like, this is enough. You need to become enlightened. You need to see this for what it is. You need to see the truth in this. You need to let the sun illuminate the situation. You need to let the sun illuminate the dark side of the moon, or like the dark side of the planet, Which is interesting because we just had that lunar and solar, we just had the new moon solar eclipse. So it's like, it's interesting because you have the new moon, which is, it's all dark, covering the light, covering the sun temporarily, if that makes sense. But then it's like the beginning of a new cycle. The beginning of a new cycle where you had to embrace your darkness, embrace the darkness of a situation for it to actually bring you the enlightenment you needed. So you needed to embrace, that this individual was dark, this individual was causing you to be imbalanced, this individual was triggering you in unhealthy ways, this individual was needlessly triggering you, like they fed off of it. You needed to actually allow yourself to see the darkness in another individual, because I feel like you choose to see the good in all people, but that's not necessarily the good for you. That's just the good that you're trying to find in this person. It's like you're trying to rescue every puppy you come across, but some dogs are just inherently like wild, and they're like, they don't want to change. So you just kind of have to let that person be that person and respect them and step away from the situation and let, divine justice, divine intervention, deal with them, or karma deal with them. Because, when you're trying to train a wild dog, the only person who really gets hurt is you all the time. You're the one whose hands, you're feeding them and they bite you. You're the hand that's feeding them and they bite the hand, Not just once, they do it every time because they're not learning, because they don't want to learn. And that's kind of what Spirit needed you to see. They needed you to see that this was an imbalanced situation where you kept giving and giving and nurturing and nurturing. This person was just taking and taking and taking and taking. They weren't giving back. They weren't changing in the situation. And that is why Spirit was like, I need you to move forward. I need you to leave that love behind, that past love behind. I need you to let go of the situation. I need you to get, I need you to move to calmer waters. And it actually took you leaving to then enter into this grand clarity. It took some distance away from this individual to truly see their nature, to truly see, not their nature, but to truly see their conditioned responses to life. Because no one is by nature inherently evil, no, but you become conditioned by certain situations in life to react a certain way, to behave a certain way, to treat others a certain way. And this individual is very set in their ways. So that's why Spirit was like, I need you to leave, because this person is clearly not doing the healing for themselves. They're not moving forward. They don't want to move forward. They enjoy sitting in their misery and shit. Let them sit in there. Let them, do whatever they want. You need to move forward from the situation, because it's like you are this beautiful, amazing individual, and you were trapped with a toxic person, and all they were doing was weighing you down and sinking you. They were causing you, they were pulling you down this spiral, a negative spiral. And it's like, Spirit needed you to walk away from the situation before you lost yourself completely. Oof. Six of Cups. Six of Cups, like I said, it's like a past life love. But also, actually, what I'm getting to, Three of Wands in reverse. So what I'm getting is like, you know, you're no longer waiting for this individual to come back. Because Six of Cups is, it could be a past life love. It could be a past life childlike innocence. So I'm getting two messages. One is like, you knew you couldn't, because Three of Wands, you're waiting for your ships to come in, right? You were waiting for this individual to change. You're waiting for this individual to be this past life love for you, like your true love. But the thing is, you both, okay, so this just made sense. You both were kind of waiting for each other, but the thing is, you both have very different ideas of what it means to love another individual. So though you may be waiting for this beautiful, unconditional, loyal, trustworthy, very nurturing, very kind, unconditional love, to them, they may be thinking like, love to them is giving to each other or taking from each other. I don't know, manipulating each other into loving each other. Like they have like a more misconstrued idea of what love is. They have a messier idea of what love is. Whereas I feel that you have a clear notion of love. You have a pure heart. Not necessarily like, oh, you have a pure heart, but like you have a pure intention when it comes to loving others. Your idea of unconditional love is different from theirs. I feel like because you've healed yourself, you've learned how to love yourself, and in turn you're able then to love others as they are. And this person kind of loves people according to their benefit and their gain. And it's like you finally saw it for what it was, and you stopped waiting for it. Like you stopped waiting for this, this past life connection, this past life love. You stopped waiting for him or her. Remember, exchange it however. You stopped waiting and you decided, you know what, I'm done waiting. I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm going to bring, okay, let's see what you're bringing. But I feel like you just chose to walk away from the situation. Because this person wasn't, it's almost like they weren't as you remember them either. If this is someone from your childhood, someone from your past, someone from a past, relationship, it's like they weren't all that you thought they were going to be. They weren't like the same fun, loving, nurturing, beautiful person that you remember them being. It's like they're this just darker, manipulative, messy, emotionally unavailable person now. So, and that's why I think it might have, it probably did hurt you when you left. It probably did send you in a spiral when you left because you had such a childlike, innocent love towards this individual, but they didn't. They let their thoughts, I'm feeling they let materialistic things cloud their judgment, cloud their heart, cloud their path. So it's like they became overwhelmed with wanting materialistic things. That it was all like so that's why the corn isn't like in rows. It's not organized. It's just like, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. And they just like accumulated it all around them. And it ended up blocking and like making both of you get lost within this cornfield. And like how I said, you didn't even know if this was your cornfield to harvest out of. It's like you didn't even know if you felt like you could manifest with this person, or if it was like you didn't even feel like if what you had together was even your own. Like say you bought a house together, it's like you didn't even know if like the house was even technically yours to call your own. If you had vehicles together, anything that like they accumulated while they were with you, you didn't feel like it was yours, even though they're like, oh well, what's mine is yours type of thing, or like even though they said, oh, I got you this, and it was a house or it was a car or it was like anything, clothing, jewelry, anything. It's like you just didn't even feel like it was yours because you constantly felt like this person was all about accumulating it. But because that's where they were finding their worth. Like their worth, their feeling of self-worth comes from materialistic things. But that clouded their idea of what love was. That clouded their judgment. and you walked away. Okay, let's keep moving forward. They fucked up is what I'm saying, okay? Ooh, okay, so this is where this is awesome and amazing. Because it landed right on the King of Swords, because that's exactly where I was going to go anyways, but it's really cool that I landed it there. It's always more confirmation when things land exactly where they're supposed to land. Now, it's, you know what it is? Now the pieces are falling exactly where they're supposed to fall. So, Eight of Wands, this is rapid movement forward. This is rapid communication coming in for some of you. With this one, I'm actually getting, it's kind of like, to me, those look like one, they look like magnets, so it looks like you're rapidly attracting something to you, or your thoughts right now, because you now see a situation very clearly. You now see it with certainty, with truth. You're now calling in exactly what it is that you want, and I feel like with these magnets, these are your thoughts. So you're calling things into perfect like alignment, and beautiful, like wonderful things are just coming to you because you're becoming a magnet of light, because you transcended that darkness that person put you through, and it's like, and you ascended through it, or you transcended that darkness, and now it's like you know exactly, you're so much more focused on what it is that you want. You're so much more focused on your goals. You've become like an eagle hunter. Like, you are the optimal hunter. Like, you're good by ground, you're good by air, you can fly over large bodies of water. Like, you're very adaptable. You adapted very well to the environment you were placed in. And with the clarity that you gained, it's kind of like you're so clear about what it is that you want now, what it is that you expect from others, what kind of behavior it is you expect from others, what kind of love you expect from others if you're going to give your love out to this individual, you know, a new individual. But you're just very, very clear about what it is that you want, and you're communicating it to the universe, and you're saying, this is exactly what I want, this is how I want it to go, like, super clear about it. And like I said, the thing that you're super clear about, the sun is the happiest, most beautiful card in the, in the tarot, or as far as like, the sun is illumination, the sun is shining down on you, the sun brings you health, it brings you life, it brings you abundance, prosperity. This is, you're just very clear on what it is that makes you happy, is what I'm hearing. You're very clear, and you're communicating it to the universe that you know exactly what makes you happy, you know exactly what you want, you know exactly when you want it, like, even the timing of things, like, with the horoscope being here, I'm getting that, like, you understand the timing of things. And it's actually really cool, because that planet is right on top of the Gemini, and we're just coming out of the Gemini, and we're right in between Gemini and Cancer right here. It's interesting. The summer solstice is a huge thing, probably, because it's right in between. Yeah, we had summer solstice yesterday, too. So it's like, you've just become so clear, crystal freaking clear on what it is that you want to attract in, and what you want, what happiness means to you. Ooh, yes, I knew something good was going to be on the bottom of the deck, because I was like, I feel like there's something missing from this, and we have the Lovers. So, this is like your divine connection. And what's awesome is I've never seen, they like look so handsome. Like, this is just a sexy, wonderful, you know exactly what you want your person to like look like. You know exactly what you want them to physically kind of embody, spiritually embody, mentally embody. You're just so clear about what it is that you want coming in for you. And, for some, oh my gosh, yeah. So you have the Lovers. The Lovers is a major arcana too, by the way. You have the Four of Wands, so you want a commitment. You know what, okay, I'll tell you guys what you're very clear on what kind of person it is that you want to come in. You're very clear about what makes you happy in a situation. You're very clear about, what commitment means to you. And this is beautiful, because some of the Four of Wands cards have like a bunch of people in them. This one just has the mom, the dad, and a child. So this is like a beautiful, happy, like, home and a happy family and commitment. This is like your marriage. Like, you know exactly what it is that you want, what you expect out of another individual, what you want your home life to look like, what you want your marriage to feel like. And then you have strength right here. You know that you now possess the strength to overcome any obstacle that comes your way. With the moon, I'm actually getting, because you have the moon. Yeah. This is something that you overcame. And it's actually in perfect, like, order. The Empress. Holy crap. The fudge is going on? Wow. So, this is like, oh man. Sorry, these are all just like imperfect, freaking crazy order. Wow. Okay, so, I mean, so the strength card, what I was saying is you now have the strength to overcome anything that comes your way. You had the moon, right? The moon right here in this one to me felt like secrets or things that you couldn't see clearly. And what you couldn't see clearly was that this heartbreak was a toxic, addictive, like this situation was toxic to you. It was keeping you blinded. You couldn't see the heartbreak for the true heartbreak because you kept seeing this person through rose-colored glasses. You kept wanting to see the sun part of them, right? Because when we look at the moon, we know that the moon shines because of its the lights from the sun actually reflecting off of it. That's what causes its shine. Well, you didn't want to see the moon as like a dead rock. You didn't want to see this individual as just like something that was dead and dark. And it was actually your light bouncing off of them that was causing them to seem illuminated. It was causing them to seem like they were glowing. You thought that they were glowing because of their own like beautiful light, but it was the light that you were shining on this individual. It was the light that you were bringing to the situation. It was the love you were bringing to the situation. It was you actually illuminating them. And it was also you finding their best features and like glowing up on them. Because it was like you wanted to see the light. You wanted this individual to have life. You weren't seeing that this person was, this heartbreak was just truly a toxic energy you had to walk away from. Again, you were very nurturing and loving. You have the Empress, the Queen of all queens. You were like, you were everything this person could have wanted. And you weren't seeing that you were giving your love to the devil is also what I'm feeling is like, you as the divine feminine, the Empress, this beautiful, nurturing, fertile energy, you bring life to everything. That's exactly what it is you bring life to everything. You gave your cup of love, this beautiful cup of love, to the devil, and you didn't recognize it for what it was. And that's what resulted in this heartbreak. This is stuff that you got over. This is stuff you're getting over. This is stuff that you're releasing. This is stuff that is that was kept secret to you that you couldn't quite clearly see. But because, like I said, because you chose to walk away from the situation, you chose to get very clear about what it was that you wanted. You chose to see this from a higher perspective, a different perspective, a divine perspective for what it was. And it was just that it was a lesson you had to get over. Because then you have the Judgment card right here. This angel was like, all right, we've had enough. This person needs to open their eyes and see that they are the true, like, beautiful energy being brought to the table, but they're bringing it to the wrong person that's causing them this heartache. This person didn't value you. This person didn't appreciate you. This person may have involved you in third-party situations, and this person may have tried to kill the light that was within your heart. With the sun right here on the heart, they may have tried to kill the light within you. They were trying to make you go dark and be a dead rock like they are. And it's like Judgment was finally like, this angel was like, no, call it for what it is. So it was like, you were finally awakened. It's like you heard the call where you're just like, yeah, this is not good for me. Like, I'm done with this. The Hierophant, this is you going within to find the answers within yourself. This was Judgment being called on this commitment that you finally saw that this was not a divine commitment. This was not a divine marriage. This wasn't a divine, lifelong plan with this situation, because this is like about traditions. This is about long-term commitments. This is also about you going inward to find the answers that you seek. And that's where you kind of rang the Judgment call on yourself too, where you finally saw that, hey, I am the light. I am the fucking Empress. I am the Queen of Cups. I am amazing and wonderful. And it's like, and you had to, like, the reason you had to go within for you to find your own answers is because you were stuck in your head. You had that mental sabotage, how I said they manipulated you. They used your love as a tool. That's exactly what I'm getting, is like your love was used against you because you played on your own thoughts. It kept you bound up in your own head. You couldn't see the situation for what it was. You couldn't see this commitment as the fraud that it was until Judgment, like until you went within and you found the answers. And like you found the questions so the Hierophant also helps you understand the questions it is that you need to ask. So that's actually where you finally called Judgment on the situation, because you're like, you know what, no, this isn't for me. I'm trapped in my head. this individual, you know, try to bring a love offer to you. They try to like, it's almost like you walked away and then this individual decided, hey, I'm going to bring you a new love offer in with the Knight of Cups. And it's like, but what you weren't seeing that was coming behind this Knight of Cups was still this Five of Wands, this chaotic energy, this conflict, this competitive energy, where they were bringing this into you because they saw you leaving. They saw that you were like, they wanted to keep you bound in this energy. They wanted to keep you stuck in your own head so you wouldn't see the games that they were playing with you, the manipulation that was going on with you. Because you have Nine of Swords right here. This is anxiety. This is staying up late at night. This is anxious energy. This is you not being able to rest. Your soul is at unrest here. You keep thinking about the situation. You don't understand where all this conflict is even coming from because you're not the one insinuating it. You're not the one initiating it. Insinuating. It's with insinuating, this other individual may have like insinuated that you were the problem. You were the one bringing all the drama and chaos into the situation. And meanwhile, they were just trying to offer you love and you couldn't see it for what it was because you were so stuck in your head. So they may have, like, again, the manipulation. They were twisting it so that you couldn't see the truth. They were saying that you were the problem. Your thoughts were the ones that were messing up the whole situation. All they wanted to do was bring you this beautiful cup of love, and you couldn't get out of your own head to see that this was a beautiful commitment they were trying to offer you. And it's like they were trying to blame you again for all the conflict and chaos in their life. They were trying to blame you for it. And this was really making you think. This is really making you wonder, like, well, is it me? Like, am I the one doing this? Because then you have the Five of Swords right here too. And again, this is that mental conflict within your head. This is like the competitive energy that this individual is bringing to you. And it's like, it was just so much mental turmoil that was being caused by the situation. And that's what you had to get over. And it's like, you had to use, this isn't like what ended up happening is with the Strength card, this is all crap you had to overcome. There's mental crap, there's spiritual crap, there's physical crap. And it's like you had to cut it all out. And like I said, this all started happening too when you started seeing this. You started using your intuition with the High Priestess here. You started kind of like figuring things out, like that something just wasn't right about a situation. Like this person, Nine of Pentacles, is independent. You're well manifested on your own. And you started seeing that, you know, maybe that is the right path for you. Maybe you need to follow your intuition. The High Priestess is also keeper of the secrets. So it's like with the Queen of Swords, you found some truth out. Something just was not vibrating correctly with you. Something just wasn't like vibing with you and like right. So that's why you started, you know, wondering. You're like, what is going on here? Like, why is this happening? And every time you try to talk to this individual about it, it's like it resulted in, like I said, like this chaos, this anxious energy, this fighting. And they were like, well, I'm just trying to love you, but you're being, you know, stuck in your head. And so they wanted you to feel like you thinking and using your intuition and your discernment, and you using your you following your gut feeling and your intuition. They were trying to make you they were trying to like misguide you along this whole journey and path. And it's so crazy that was like all just like, they didn't want you to see that they were the devil. They didn't want you to see that they were a toxic, lower vibrational person. And what's crazy is how like this devil is a person. Like, you know, if you saw just that, you'd be like, oh my God, yeah, he's so hot. And then you don't see that this is a manipulative energy, though. You don't see this as a toxic individual because, again, you're choosing to see the good things of this person, right? You know, it's like, well, they look human. But then if you look, they don't see the world as humans do. It's like this person almost treated you inhumanely is what I'm hearing, too. Like the way they interacted with you was, like, so manipulative, so deceptive, so dark, that you had a hard time actually accepting that this was even a fucking human you were dealing with, because you're like, how can you be so remorseless? Like, how can you be so cold? It's not even like they were cold. It's like they were so good at playing on your emotions. They used all of your weaknesses against you. They try to use all of your strengths against you. But the thing is, they underestimated how strong you were. They underestimated how connected you were, how like, oh my gosh, they underestimated your strength, and that's actually what caused this beautiful justice like situation to come in, because spirit, like I said, when we had the trumpet, where is it? No, I'm not gonna be able to find it. I just saw, by the way, the Six of Wands and the Seven of Wands. So it's like you being defensive towards this individual because you saw the situation for what it was, and you're victorious over it too. So, take it how it resonates. But if this individual tries to come back, like, no, don't let them back in. Or, no, I just feel like don't let them back in. That's a true, like, disgusting, like, really low vibrational double energy that was felt. It was like, this person may also, so this individual may have had a sex addiction. And that was actually their way of manipulating you. Because they would always con you into thinking that intimacy, you saw it as like a soul connection to them. You saw it as a beautiful thing, it's like, to you, sex is something, it's intimate, it's beautiful, it's a way to connect with your soulmate, it's a way to be vulnerable, it's a way to expose yourself to this person in in an intimate way, in a vulnerable way. You may talk better, I don't know, after sex or before sex, but you're just in a vulnerable position and you trust your partner, in the situation. That's how you see it. Whereas this individual, this lower vibrational toxic energy, what they saw it as was a way to manipulate you, a way to control you, a way to con you into thinking that they really, really cared for you and they really loved you. And actually, so this is a narcissistic pattern, and I just read an article about it, which is so crazy that this is tying in beautifully. Because they say with narcissists or people that have like those tendencies, they use sex as a way of manipulation because they know it's something intimate to you. Like, you think you're forming a soul connection to this person, and this person knows that. This person knows that to you it's something sacred, and they're going to use it against you. They're going to find a way, and not necessarily in the moment. They use it against you later. They use it against you to manipulate you. They use it against you, and by in deceitful ways, like, because they kind of keep being intimate with you. You think that it's all about you and they really love you and they're really committed to you, but what you're not seeing is all the secrets and the manipulation and the lies and the things that this person does in the dark. You're not seeing that this person involved you in a third-party situation. You're not seeing that this person is manipulating both you and another individual. It's like you weren't seeing the situation for what it was, that this person was using sex as a way to control you. So you may have had a sexual addiction, or like I said, it wasn't a sexual addiction, but it was like a toxic addiction. It doesn't feel like it's an addiction because to you it feels like it was something intimate and pure, but this person may have a sexual addiction, and that's why they actually constantly kept using you. They were using you to feed their own energy. So like I said, how they're a dead rock and you're the sun, you're illuminating light onto this person. Like, you were the light, you were the energy they needed, you were that light source for them, and that's why they kept feeding off of you. It's like an energy vampire. They feed off of your soul, they feed off of your pureness, they feed off of your innocence, your love, and they use it in like for their own gain, for their own benefit, in this sick, manipulated, twisted, disgusting way. Because that devil energy seriously felt just so gross. It felt gross. So if this person tries to come back, like, no, they're gone. They need to stay gone too. And you need to keep healthy boundaries up with that Seven of Wands energy. It's keeping healthy boundaries up, keeping individuals away from you. You have a reason to be guarded, but also do know that you are so much stronger than this individual. You're so much stronger and set in who you are and what you want that, even if this person does come back, you're going to feel it, and you're going to know that they're not worth it. You're going to see that they're not your true divine counterpart. They're not your true love. They don't offer you the stable, beautiful commitment and security that you wish and desire. You're not going to have a happy home, happy life with this individual. You know that. Because you have the strength to overcome anything that comes your way. Because she's actually facing this way. So it's like you have the strength to overcome anything. You have the strength to stand your ground when it comes to what a happy home means for you, what love means for you, what happiness means for you, what it is that you're attracting in. So please know that. Okay, we're going to do really quick. we're going to do an angel card just to close out this reading. But like, you are calling in now. You got over that that nasty past energy, and you are like, you're now able to see the situation for what it was, and you have that clarity now, a beautiful, beautiful clarity. And it's like, yeah, you did have to leave. You did have to leave that situation behind, because that person wasn't moving. That person didn't want to move. That person wanted to stay in that devil energy. And you know what, too? They may not have known that they were interacting with an earth angel, is what I'm hearing, too. Is like, that devil energy, that, demon, whatever, lower vibrational person, they may not have known who they were really like messing with. They didn't realize that you may be an earth angel, and they didn't recognize that. And that was why they underestimated you, because they didn't think you were going to be strong enough. They didn't think you were going to have what it took, because they're so used to being able to manipulate other, people and individuals into thinking that they're this beautiful, wonderful, attractive person, like in and out, but they don't realize that this person is like just a disgusting lower vibrational devil energy that just leeches off of like light beings. But like I said, it's like they didn't realize how much of a badass you were, like how divinely favored, like how Holy Spirit protects you, like how awakened you are to like the situation too, because they may not have even like expected you to know about patterns, to know about narcissistic patterns. They may not have even expected you to be so smart. Another thing is, yeah, I'm getting like they didn't know you were going to be so smart about the situation. But they underestimated you, and it's almost like a good thing they underestimated you, though, because now you're the one coming out on top. Because, again, that Queen of Swords energy, I'm pretty sure I saw every queen as I was like going through the deck. And you had the Empress. Like, they just didn't realize... It's almost like they thought they were playing with a child. They thought they were playing with a child, and they didn't realize that they're actually playing with, like I said, oh, sorry. Like, they were actually, they thought they were playing with a child's emotions. They thought they could manipulate you as they would a child, and it's like they didn't realize that you are a divine empress, and it's like, and you're, like, you embody king energies. You embody king energies, you strength, angel, divine counterpart energies, and you have, like I said, all the queens in there. But it's like, and you had the high priestess too. They just didn't realize how freaking powerful you were. How powerful you were, and that you can, like, you're a shapeshifter in a good way. Like, because a shapeshifter can go both ways. And it's all about which energy you choose to embody, which energy you choose to use it for. And I feel that you are very well guided, and to stay in your light. To use... It's like you've always been aware of this great, great, great power within you, and you've always known that, like, with great power comes great responsibility. And that's exactly what you've done, is you've harnessed this power and you've used it responsibly. You've never used it to manipulate other individuals. You've never used it to, like, hurt other people on purpose. You've always used it to try to, do what's well for everyone and, like, for the highest good of everyone. And it's like they didn't know. They just didn't even know what the hell they were getting into. Because you embody the energy of all these beautiful things. Whereas I feel like if this person's a shapeshifter, they chose to embody a very dark, disgusting, low vibrational, just very manipulative energy. So it's like, you freed yourself from them. Like, you fucking go, Glen Coco, okay? Because you are a badass. Like, yeah. You have teaching and learning. Archangel Zadkiel. Keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. And again, this whole situation, that might be what this was about. This is about you having to learn that lesson as an earth angel so that you could be a guide, a teacher, a healer for other individuals. Remember who you are. Archangel Michael. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. Oh my gosh. So that's, and that might be what this was about. This was about remembering that you are the strong one. You are the divine one. You are the powerful one. You are the, grand, powerful, just beautiful, like, person. Like, you are an earth angel. And it's like, Spirit is saying, like, it's like you had to learn that lesson to encompass the dark side of the moon and the light side of the moon. Because you had to learn how to conquer a shadow side to truly appreciate your light side. Because like I said, you choose how you use that energy. You can either, choose to use it responsibly or irresponsibly. You have to know the balance of it. And now you know, one, what kind of damage that energy can do because it happened to you. And actually, now that I think about it, it's kind of like a beautiful messed up thing, because it's like, whenever you get hurt a certain way, you never want to hurt another individual that way, because you know how bad it can get. You know how crappy it feels. You know how dark it feels. You know how badly you spiral. So it's like you would never do that to another individual. And that's exactly why you were taught this lesson in the past. That's why you went through that heartbreak. That's why you went through, all that crap with that really disgusting person, because it was lower vibrational person, or being, whatever the heck they are. The reason you had to learn it and go through it was because you were strong enough. Spirit knew you were strong enough. Spirit knew that deep down inside, you were divine. You were a light being. You were an earth angel that was brought here to learn that lesson, so that you can then teach others about what kind of red flags to look out for, what kind of patterns to look out for, what kind of sick, disgusting, manipulative energies to look out for. And you had to learn those things because, one, like I said, you were strong enough, you were light enough also to where that darkness could tap into your soul, even your mental space, your emotional space, your physical space, like your body, your home, your love life, your family. This dark energy could come into all of them, and Spirit knew you were strong enough to catapult all that shit back and throw it all out again. Spirit knew that you had the divine, beautiful power within you to heal all of that energy, to transcend all of that darkness, or transmute all of that dark energy into light energy. And it was all about just, you remembering that you are strong enough so that you can lead others who are going through this, who may go through this, who have yet to go through this. And it's or who have gone through this and just didn't properly heal it. It's you were meant to learn this lesson so that you could teach them who they are, help them lead themselves. You are teaching others to learn how to lead themselves. So it's you're not just teaching people to be followers and follow you wherever you go. You're teaching other individuals to learn how to lead themselves out of those dark situations and lead others out of that dark situation. So it's each one teach one. When you reach the top, you reach back and you pull another up. That's exactly what this whole reading is about. And bam, we have victory. Archangel Sandalphon, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So whatever you have, called in over here, this beautiful, wonderful energy that you are clearly seeing and embodying and calling in, just know that this communication up to the heavens, up to the universe, up to the sun, up to what makes you happy, calling all this in, this is coming in for you. This is, your archangel saying that you have been heard. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. And it says, do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. Spread your wings. So again, you are ready to conquer anything that comes your way. You're ready to you're ready to embrace who you are, and you're ready to embark on this new beautiful journey for yourself. And you're going to guide others. And your strength became your light somehow, if that makes sense. Your strength will inspire others to want a different kind of love, to want a different kind of commitment to themselves, to others. Your strength, the way you conquered the beast within you and the darkness within you and the darkness of your past, it's going to teach others to also do that in turn. All right, I send you all so much love and light. I thank you all for your likes, your shares, and your subscribe. And I send you so much abundance and prosperity and spiritual stamina and strength and clarity. And I pray that you are all well and healthy and happy. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.